Championship Saturday from the Bob Martinez Athletic Center on the campus of the University of Tampa, where today we will crown a new champion in Division II volleyball. Taking a look at the bracket, the top seed Tampa and host taking on the 3 seed in Washburn. And good afternoon, everyone. I'm Leah Secondo. So glad you could join us alongside Debbie Hendrick. And Deb, as we look at this matchup, these two teams are very familiar with each other, especially in this type of setting. And what a great opportunity for Tampa, not only to be the top seed, but to host. That doesn't happen too often.
It's never happened before. It's unprecedented since the days of the predetermined site. Boy, I think this is promising to be a really good one, and the crowd is tremendous, so it's going to create a very energetic environment.
So good to have a crowd back with us and to be courtside with you guys this afternoon here on NCAA.com. Now, as far as Washburn is concerned, the number 3 seed, they've been pretty steady throughout this entire tournament. When they haven't been steady, they've made the proper adjustments in doing so, and that's really helped them to get to this point.
Yeah, and I think the keys for them today, they need a good first contact. Their offense has been so balanced, and that good first touch is going to help them do that today. Good defensive touches. They want to get some block slows at the net and convert those opportunities. And then they need a lot of service pressure against the Tampa serve receive. Keep the ball away from Fossler.
For Tampa, you know, it takes a entire team to be vested in. Everyone has had their defining moment of the season. And for this Tampa squad, like many schools around the country, they've faced adversity, but to be able to come home and host and be here in this setting, they have some great presence up front.
Yeah, for Tampa, they got to serve tough today. They really need to try to minimize the offensive threats for Washburn. They need to run that 6-2 offense and hopefully wear down the defense from Washburn. And then they need to establish the middle, and they need to establish it early and often.
Big player in the middle, Taylor Fossler. They also have some key super seniors that have been a big part of their squad as well. Katie McKeel couldn't say enough in the press conference last night about the fact that this squad has really set aside some personal goals to make this a total team effort to get that 4th national championship back here in Tampa. But Washburn, you know, to come in and be able to have an opportunity to win your national championship on somebody else's court.
Yeah.
They're also embracing the crowd too, because neither team is really accustomed to playing in this type of a setting.
Well, I think they both draw decent crowds, but nothing like this,
no.
You know, and they'll both be ready. You know, it's an interesting stat. There are 11 players today from their matchup in 2018. Tampa got the best of that one, went on and won the national championship, but that's 11 players that, you know, remember that match and are bringing that in. And I can assure you the players that are returning from Washburn that were in that match, this has been burning in their belly for a while.
Absolutely, and that's the type of burn in your belly that helps on those tough days when you don't feel like going to the gym and working out or staying a little extra at practice and lifting or working on some skills that may help you down the road in the court. But it's all accumulated here today. Both teams with an opportunity to win a national championship now for their schools. Washburn out of Topeka, Kansas. Allison Maxwell there, number 8. Key piece, Jenna Bird, number 1. Also a key piece for the Ichabogs. And you can't say enough for the feisty defensive specialist, number 2, Claudia Rivera for Tampa, who should be coming on the court here shortly. And, of course, Taylor Fossler, who fought back from an ACL tear, number 16. There's Taylor.
Great story.
We'll see her up front as the match progresses. She'll be switched out here with her buddy as Rivera checks in now to fire up this squad. And, of course, we'll keep an eye as well on number 8, Melissa Elias, who has been spectacular in many positions. So we are underway here in Tampa, Florida, a national champion to be crowned here in the next 2 hours. The first point, always the toughest point. Both of these teams just want to kind of get it out of the way and get into the flow of action. Great job at the net. Here's Elias. Rivera being set up. And the big hit by Kelsey Gordon, going right at that back row.
Gordon was huge last night, and
She
Chris
sure
Herron
was.
praised her performance. You know, a lot of the attention goes to Bergen Maxwell, but she has really been strong in this tournament.
Allison Sadler serves it deep. Elias with the setup to Houghton, and a good job going down the line. Nice easy tap. 1-1. Terrell Houghton now to serve. Criminology major at the University of Tampa. Elias and the big swing up front. There you go. Mackenzie Dufresne
And McKeel.
both there.
This is one of the ways you get the crowd into it at the early start here. Big block.
2-1 Tampa, their first lead. Houghton continues on here. Going right at Houghton. Elias goes to the outside. Was it in? No, it was out. McKeel thought she had it for a second. So this brings on Jenna Berg now. A senior from Blue Springs, Missouri. (4-2) Washburn. Ball is tipped by the Ichabods in favor of the Spartans, and here is our first look up front of Taylor Fossler. Big 6'2". And they work her well around the front area. Here's Dufresne to serve. Stop that pretty quick as Fitzgibbons went right back down the line.
Already, the Ichabods having success using the right side of the net, attacking with the right side attacker and slides.
And our Elite 90 winner, Faith Rottinghouse, with her first opportunity to serve.
Callie Core's already getting a lot of action, just a freshman.
Yeah, she's certainly got action throughout the
She
weekend
has.
and very poised, extremely poised, as Emily No now steps back to serve, the freshman, Coca, Florida. Finding that spot, and you know, last evening I thought Gannon had success with that back line and really doing a good job with their kills in that certain area right between. 6-4 now. And Tonowich now serving. Here's No with the setup. Good job, Rivera. Allison Maxwell knew right away, wasn't able to quite turn the way that she wanted to.
I think the set was just a little bit inside. Already they're using Berg a lot back row, and that's partially to compensate. They're in their 5-1s, so Sadler's on the net. They only have 2 attackers, so I think they'll continue to use Berg a lot in those rotations.
To the outside, oh my goodness. Big strike there by Stevenson. Maxwell now, it's tipped. Good job by No to save it in. Oh, what a great job on the back line. Rivera once again as the crowd responds. There's the double team right over the tip of the fingers as well. It was in anyway.
Good tactic right there by Washburn. Putting the ball on the setter, you immediately get Tampa out of system when the setter takes the first ball, but Tampa's really good out of system.
Sarah Luma with the big strike. It just falls into play, number 6. Here on the outside in the front for Tampa, right there, along with Fossler. Houghton. Oh yes, drops it in.
She was just keeping that one in play, but Washburn's defense, backline defense, didn't read it.
Smiled a little bit. Gotta crack a smile. Callie Kors, a freshman from St. Pete, Osceola High School, for her first opportunity.
Both of these teams, I think, are going to serve very aggressive, so we may see a few more errors tonight as they try to get each other out of system.
We get back to the other side for the Ichabods. That's Jalen Stevenson, the senior. Maxwell with some good ups there. Alongside Allison Sadler. The senior from Puerto Rico, Claudia Rivera, with her first opportunity to serve. Needs some help. Maxwell is there on the free ball.
That's what Tampa needs right there. You know, they're going to get these free ball opportunities. They've got to put them on their setters and make sure they're using the middle early and often.
(9-7) Spartans. That one is long. (9-8) here in the first. And even on the tip ball, no problem at all for Luma.
Coach Katnack talked about how important it was to have a couple more of their pen hitters, including Luma, step up tonight, because they've really had some of their outside struggle during this tournament, and it may be the night that they get the most complete effort here.
Elias now. They go long. Here's Melissa Elias now. Spartans up 11-8. Berg! Oh my goodness. Great job. It's got to go over. Good job by Rivera. Oh, and they go right back at her again.
Berg ran that little inside ball and just brought the heat cross court. She's right in, we call it the 3 zone, but halfway to the middle of the floor.
Wow.
Too hot to handle.
11-9 here in the first. Berg. The setup, Elias. Here's Houghton with a little tap. Oh, nicely done by Rottinghouse. Track that down. Here's Berg. First we've seen of JJ Ramirez. Tip ball, point goes to the Spartans.
We're seeing some incredible defense early on. You know, last night, 5 Spartans had double-digit digs, and Claudia Rivera careered with 45 digs.
45.
It was a 4-set match.
So Houghton back to serve. 12-9 Spartans. Point to the Spartans. 13-9. Coach Chris Herron wants a timeout to discuss it with his team, and we will step aside as well. Tampa, the Spartans, leading at 13-9 here in the first. Cheryl Houghton will serve here out of the timeout. Her Spartans up 13-9 here in the first in front of a packed house here at the Martinez Center in Tampa. So glad you could join us here on NCAA.com and actually be back on site for Championship Saturday.
We had a Spartan in the net, so that point will go to the Ichabods. I really feel like Tampa has started as crisp as we've seen them in this entire tournament. Lots of pressure coming from their side of the floor.
Point to the Spartans.
We're seeing more errors out of Washburn than we've seen in this tournament, too. And, you know,
jitters?
Could be.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
So Mackenzie Dufresne, the sophomore from Tarpon Springs, back to serve, up 14-10. Out again.
Now that's the tough serving that Washburn wants to see. Both of these coaches spoke today with us about how important the serve and pass game is going to be. It's critical to both of their offenses, and they both started very aggressive.
Chris Katnack saying to us, you got to serve and pass. If you want to run your offense, you got to pass, and you've got to be able to do that consistently. As Emily No steps back now to serve. Oh, what a big strike there and a big arm by the senior at 5'11", Kelsey Gordon out of Emporia, Kansas.
That's what a perfect pass looks like.
Absolutely.
The block has to make decisions. They get a one-on-one for Gordon. She's going to put that ball away.
Another senior serving here out of Newton, Kansas, and Taylor Antonowicz. Ichabods trail now by 3. The easy setup between No and Fossler. They have great communication together.
So fast. It's as quick as any you're going to see. That's just hard. The block has to find the timing on it.
Berg sends it across. Look out. And here's the chant, MVP. Fossler was saying in the press conference. Now, how do you feel about that? She said, I feel a little awkward, actually.
Yeah, she's a great kid.
Yeah. They'll trade the individual honor anytime for the national championship trophy, no doubt about it. No, with the setup here. Good job. You can hear Luma calling it for it. And here is Sarah once again, just out. Good try. Good communication, though, by the Ichabods to let that go. 17-14. Jalen Stevenson, just a freshman, great height, good ups. And a freshman who started every single match this season for the Ichabod's. They go to the outside, it's tipped. Oh, super effort. Look out. The anticipation there that it might have been going to Fossler. They go in the other direction, and a hot strike by Berg is way out.
Well, you said the anticipation of Fossler. You know, that's what happens when you establish the middle early. They establish Fossler early. The block is honoring her, and that's going to create things for the pins now.
Off the tip. And Luma has been solid from the outside. Timeout. Ichabod's. It's a 5-point lead for the home Spartans, and we will step aside. Wearing the half-red jersey there is Chris Katnack, 38th season here at the University of Tampa, and what he has done to promote volleyball in this area and in the country, the National Coach of the Year, very humbled, 3 national championships, and a big part of why this building is filled today with so many great fans following his Tampa Spartan squad. Big point by Maxwell out of the timeout.
She's who they look to when they need a point. They've got several. Every super senior from that 2018 team is back on this team, and they're on a mission.
Cacho's serve into the net. 20-15 now. Our officials, first referee is Luis Martinez. He's up top. Good to see Luis back. He took a ball right to the face yesterday, but I understand he's a military guy. And with the Army-Navy game today, too, we know all about that, and good to see him back. They said that they would have had to have dragged him off the podium there for him not to get back into the match. Rachel Rodriguez, the second referee, Scott Long, the line judge, and Brian Kratcherak, also a line judge this afternoon. Congratulations to them as well. You have to be selected by your peers, and there's certain criteria they too follow to have this opportunity today. So congratulations to all the officials that are here this weekend in this setting. 2017 now, as that one is out.
Feel like Washburn's really heating up at the service line, and this is the one area they can give University of Tampa some fits.
And with that, the Spartans take a timeout. We will step aside as well. Chris Herron with his back to us, pacing the sidelines right now, over 560 wins. So between these two coaches, and Chris in his 20th year, you have almost 60 years of coaching and almost, if I do the math correctly, almost 1,700 wins between the duo. That's pretty impressive.
It is. You know, we actually had 3 Chris's in this tournament, and this has to be the first time they're matching up in a national championship. But yeah, so much success between these 2 gentlemen.
Chris Aaron has coached at least one All-American every single season. And can't say enough about what these 2 coaches have done for the sport of volleyball on the women's side. 21-17 now.
This kill by Katie McKeel. This is who I really think you expect to shine tonight. She's a 6-year senior. She and Fossler both. Katie's so steady.
Cheryl Houghton with the long serve. Raced down there by Stevenson. Berg. Oh, no chance at all. As it went right down the line at Jill Stevenson.
Again, Washburn did a great job getting Tampa out of system. But Katie McKeel, this is a tough swing, and she just beautiful swing down the line.
Service ace. How about that? 23-17. Fans on their feet. Appreciative of it. 2 away from the first set. And the response back by Gordon. She has been the consistent response the last 3 nights for the Ichabod's. The one thing that I've watched, Deb, and I'd like to hear your take on this, is when whoever's on the outside over here trying to, it's typically Jenna Berg, who's now serving in the back, and a nice job by Fitzgibbons, who saw something. Tampa's so big up front that we saw it last evening with Lauren Sampson, to kind of get in your head a little bit about how you're going to attack and strike that ball and try to kill it diagonal to the opposite side. And no one has been able to consistently adjust to the height up front. And Jenna Berg has gone long at least 2 or 3 times already in this match.
Well, she's looking for the high hands. Yeah, right. She's looking for the high hands. The most effective thing is for Washburn to really spread the block and be in system. But yeah, attacking the high hands is critical once you're looking at that big double block.
Spread the block. We'll see if Washburn can figure that out here before the day is done. Elias with the setup, and nicely done, and the finish by Katie McKeel.
I truly believe we're going to say McKeel's name a lot tonight. You know, she's going to will this team. If she has her way, she's going to will this team to a national championship.
Leading the way right now with 4 kills. Set point. Gordon says, not on my watch right now.
Yeah, you mentioned her consistent effort. I actually think she's gotten better every single night. In Coach Heron has said something about it. You know, she just kind of put the team on her back last night to finish that match.
Rottinghouse with the serve. Fossler with the fake. It's got to go. A little deception. Sadler, they go to Gordon. Spartans ready for it. McKeel, and they win it. First set goes to the Spartans, 25-21. McKeel on the outside, and it drops in for the winner. And we will step aside here on NCAA.com. Welcome back to Tampa. The Spartans have taken set number 1. 25-21, and Debbie, as we look at that finish by Elias, This is a Washburn team that has had 2.5 minutes to discuss that first set and the movement of the ball and really getting them off their areas. What does Washburn need to do here in the second to get back into this?
Well, I think a critical thing they have to draw from is what happened in the regional semifinal last week. Central Missouri won the first set 25-14. Very decisive first set. Washburn came back and swept the next 3 sets. So I think it's still fresh in their memory. They're going to draw on that. They need to settle in and just get back to playing volleyball the way they can. Now, I will say a lot of the pressure has come from the Tampa side. Washburn's not only got to handle that pressure, but they've got to respond to that pressure.
You know, I thought it was interesting, something that Coach Katanek had said to us this morning. You know, everybody understands his role, and I thought about that a little bit more as the Spartans get the first point. Taylor Fossler's back with her teammates over there on the side cheering right now. Everybody does understand the role. That first night she only had 1 kill. Last night she had 13 kills. Understanding your roles that you play on the floor at certain times and not sulking on the side and buying into it. Understand that there's a team full of blue chip high school players here and everybody has a role. And some teams don't end up buying into that philosophy.
Well, you know, they pulled her and they used Razor on Thursday, and she did a great job. They have the depth to do those kinds of things, but what Chris Katanek praised was the fact that Fossler responded last night in the semifinal by coming in and having a tremendous performance.
Right.
That's what a good athlete does.
That point actually went back to Tampa as it was tipped. You can see Fossler in the background there as Houghton serves. Settler with the setup. Nice job by Berg. And the double team, but the bounce back by who else with that strong arm? Kelsey Gordon.
That's her 6th kill, leading the Ichabods.
Gordon also leading everyone here. She and McKeel both with 6 on the day, leading their respective teams. And how about that? Nice setup by Claudia Rivera. Rivera will step out. And a different look here as Fossler comes back in.
Well, as much as Tampa wanted to run the middles early, Chris Katanek talked about how important it was that they got outside hitter production, more so they have in the last 2 matches. They've had some players struggle. He was hoping to see more of the pin hitters producing tonight than in the last 2 nights.
So Rivera steps back in now. And with that, Antonowicz serving. Oof! That was fabulous timing.
Yeah, I mean, they just consistently run. Fossler's going off 1 foot in front, which is, you know, there's middles that run this, but it's you don't see it as often as the slide behind, the 1 foot takeoff behind, and it's so fast.
Shaking her finger like, let me tell you something here. 4-3 Spartans with the edge here in the second. Emily No with the serve, and it's long. For all.
Get a good look at Sadler right there. Allison Sadler, she's actually in law school right now, and Chris Herron has praised the job she's done managing the intense academic load and being a critical part of their team.
Absolutely. Gotta go. And how about that? Easy little separation and tip by Callie Kors for the point. Oh, great job there by Nose. Oof. Hearted ball. And what a kill.
Jenna Berg, she's just been a steady force for this team. I mean, she's one of the super seniors, part of that 2018 team. I remember her back then taking these types of swings.
Almost looked like a layup.
Yeah, it's a 1 foot takeoff.
Yeah.
It's amazing how long it takes defenses to find the timing, and it's just a nice off speed after she's taken several big swings.
Fossler will come out, take a little bit of a breather. JJ Ramirez is in the back as Rivera serves for the Spartans, going short. Berg tries to lay it on that back line. Houghton, Berg with the set. Sadler. Oh, nice job by Ramirez to track it down, keeps the play alive. Look out! Here's Berg. Oh, Ramirez. Great effort on both sides. And the point going to the Ichabods.
It's really great for momentum to win these long, hard-fought points. Washburn's having to work hard for them right now.
That was a fun one to watch. 6-all. Doesn't matter who you're going for tonight. Gordon has it put back by Sierra Razor. And on the tip, stays with Washburn. 7-6.
Both teams have 3 service errors right now, and I go back to, I really do believe for each of them, part of the game plan is aggressive serving. So we may see a few more errors, and I think the coaches know that's the risk for the reward they're looking for.
Melissa Elias now. Sadler to Berg, and the put down. Hello. 8-all.
Well, here's Razor. She's in now. So Tampa runs basically 3 middles. They don't run a 3 middle system, but they use 3 middles in a rotation together, and all 3 can score when they're in system.
It's out, and it was close. Tip ball, point to the Spartans. Big heavy hit by McKeel.
A good example of attacking high on the big Washburn block now. She knows when to bury a ball. She knows when to use the block.
Razor serving. And that ball's in.
It's only Maxwell's 2nd kill. I think they started out with the intent to use a lot of Kelsey Gordon on the right side of the floor. Now that they've established her, we might see them come back to the middle a little more.
10-9, Washburn. Keel. She's great vision on the floor. Really does. No will come in for her now, as well as Luma in the middle. A little long, too strong. Oh, just over the top. Timing was just a little bit off there. 2-point lead now for the Ichabods.
That might have been forcing the middle just a little. No was pulled off to the 10-foot line. They're much better running that when she's closer to the net.
Jalen Stevenson goes right at Houghton. Oh, and Fossler goes right at Stevenson.
That proved me wrong. She was passed at the exact same point, fed Fossler for kill.
Yeah.
That's hard for a block to commit to because it looks like you ought to be releasing out to block one of the pin attackers.
Here's Course going down the line. Maxwell thought she saw something. Set it for Luma. Look out. Ichabods ready for it. No.
Fossler is just so quick. That transition right there. She gets off well. She's up quick. It's such a fast set.
Chris Katnack with his poker face reaction after that one. And Maxwell coming right back.
There's no poker face on Maxwell.
No
Allison Maxwell
no.
is one of the most high energy people I've seen on the court.
(13-12) here in the second. In case you joined us late, the Spartans took the first set 25-21.
That's exactly what both of these teams want to do with free balls. They're not going to see very many of them because they're so aggressive. Both are so aggressive out of system, but free balls have to be kills.
Sydney Fitzgibbons, number 11, another steady performer for Coach Heron as that one's out. Rivera ducked on it. Teammates talking her through it. So Rottinghouse comes back in for Washburn, as does Luma for the Spartans with Rivera serving. Oh, sometimes it's not a heavy ball.
Yeah. Well, Chris Heron talked about his defense being stopped and balanced, and they've been having a little bit of trouble with not being stopped. They ought to be able to push to that ball, but they're still moving when the off speed's attacked.
The fake to Fitzgibbons, back to Berg, and the answer by the Spartans. Claudia Rivera. Oh, great spot. Ball was tipped. And Sadler, who already has her communication degree, as Debbie mentioned, first year of law school, unfortunately puts it into the net.
This is the one thing we haven't seen out of Washburn in this tournament. They don't do very much to shoot themselves in the foot.
Right.
They really play clean. They keep giving the ball back to you and make you make the mistakes while still being very aggressive on their side of the floor.
Berg. McKeel was ready for it. McKeel again. Berg going right at Rivera. Here's Houghton. No answer. That was pretty.
You got to work hard to beat Rivera back there. They found a way with this swing right here by Jalen Stevenson in the back row.
Jenna Berg. Woof. My goodness. (17-16). Terrell Horton. Berg goes right at that back row. Good answer. Here's McKeel. And a timeout taken by the Ichabod's. 2-point lead by the Spartans. We will step aside here on NCAA.com. Tampa Spartans up 1 set right now and leading here in the second by 2. It's been a little bit closer, a little bit more back and forth for the University of Tampa. This is a very deep team. 6 players were on the 2018 National Championship team, so they know a little bit about in these parts what it takes during this championship weekend. However, experience is on the other side, and I think a lot could be said for that as well.
Well, the other piece here is playing it at home, and the players talked about on the first night, Thursday night, they were intimidated by the crowd. The second night, they embraced the crowd. Tonight, I feel like they're thriving in the crowd.
I think both sides are really thriving, and why not? This is what you dream about as a young student athlete in any venue. You want to play in front of people and you want to be supported, and it's great to look up in these COVID times and see friends and family, but there's nothing like your peers cheering you on during a match or during a game.
Yeah, it's an electric volleyball environment tonight.
18-17, Rottinghouse will serve now for Washburn. Really liking everything that Callie Kors brings to this team. She's steady. She's steady, steady, steady. All pieces of her game. Rivera's back in. You see her number 2 there. Antonovich serving, and we're tied at 19.
You spoke of the 6 players from the 2018 team. 5 from Washburn were on the team during that 2018 matchup. One of them is Antonovich.
Whoa, that works. And a timeout taken by the Spartans. Ichabods with the lead by 1 here in the second. Welcome back to Tampa, Florida, home of the Division II Women's Volleyball Championship. We're about to crown a champion here tonight in D2. Of course, we didn't have that opportunity in 2020, so Exciting times for the student athletes, and it's all about this weekend here in Tampa as the Spartans have taken the first set 25-21. Taylor Antonovich set to serve out of the timeout. McKeel. Gotta chase it down, and not enough real estate for the Ichabodites. Tied back up at 20 now.
The offensive numbers in this set are incredible. Washburn's hitting 314 as a team. Tampa hitting 467. You know they both prepared defensively. It's just a testament to how good these offenses really are.
Aha! Trying to go over the top of the bigs. And the answer, keep it alive. No, on the pin, on the antenna there. Good job.
I think Chris Herron's questioning whether it hit the block and then the antenna. These bang bang plays are hard to see sometimes. But Luis is right there, the official, and Chris is going to challenge it. I probably should specify Chris Herron. We've got Chris's on both sides.
So as we step aside for our first challenge, Deb, let's run through the challenge process that the officials will be looking at.
Both teams receive 3 challenges at the beginning of the match. Should this match go 5, they'll each get an additional challenge. And there are a variety of things that can be challenged. In this case, they'd be evaluating when the ball was out. So was the ball out of bounds off of the attacker, so it hit the antenna from the attacker, or did it hit the block and then hit the antenna, which would make it an out ball on Tampa? As you know, they have a variety of different angles. They have more angles than we have to evaluate that, different equipment completely. But they do have to have conclusive evidence of enough to overturn the call. Right. What can be challenged, in, out, or touch, which is what they're evaluating right now. They're just evaluating who made the ball out. 4 or more contacts, illegal block or illegal attack, a net or antenna contact, and then a service football.
So they're taking a look at it right now. Keep in mind, too, that they have a few more angles than the typical game angles that you were looking at. And actually, the angle that they're looking at right now, which we can see perfectly, is the net cam.
And that will be very useful here.
Absolutely.
However, you almost need down the line to see when the ball actually touched the antenna.
Right.
With Luis there, we can't really tell.
Right. And it happens so quickly.
Yeah.
Granted, they are slowing this down to no speed at all, practically. And the velocity that these student athletes strike the ball at.
I do think this is a really critical time. So with the score where we're at, I think this is a good challenge. You know, we're already deep into the second set. Neither coach has used one prior to now, so I think this is a very good challenge by Chris Herron. Getting a look at Claudia Rivera right there. Katie McKeel in the press conference was talking about her, and she careered last night with 45 digs, a school record. But McKeel talked about how Rivera is the backbone of the team, and she says she doesn't just get digs, she gets digs in system, and that's what we saw last night. I think on the first night she was touching a lot of balls, but last night she was digging at such a high level. They were able to run transition offense out of those digs, and that was huge.
We have a decision. And the point will stay with Tampa. So Chris Herron will lose that challenge. 21-20 now, the score. And Emily Nope will serve. Sadler with the setup. Berg, gotta go get it, and they don't.
Berg's one of those attackers that can bring just about as much heat from the back row as she does up on the net.
21 all. Jalen Stevenson.
No freshman nerves there.
Not at all. Good read.
Those are the errors that coaches are typically okay with. It was aggressive. It forced the serve receive to have to think about it.
Right.
But good decision by Tampa.
Sadler with a setup to Berg here. Goes right at Rivera. Tipped again. And up over the top of the hands, 23-22. I'm feeling the same kind of a snag with Tampa that we had last evening in set number 2. It wasn't things that were falling apart, and with that, Chris Katanek wants a timeout. We will step aside as well. You're watching the Division II Women's Volleyball Championships right here. Welcome back to Tampa, Florida. We are just coming out of a timeout here taken by the Spartans. As you see the Ichabods on the floor, they trail. Looking to tie this up here, up 23-22 in the second set. And out of the timeout, City Poland will serve for Washburn. That's her first opportunity back to serve tonight for the Ichabods.
They're looking for something special here, serving specialist. I just feel a little hesitance from the Washburn defense that we have not seen in this tournament, where they're hesitating about who's going to play the ball. They're not pushing out of their feet to run balls down. They got to get in a rhythm defensively.
Gotcha. Maxwell comes back in. Maxwell leaves. Roddinghouse coming back in. Rivera will serve. 23 all. Berg.
It's interesting. Tampa, this is the third or fourth time Tampa's leaving Berg one-on-one with their right side block. That's one of the first times they've scored with it.
Right.
Rivera's been able to dig a lot of balls with that one-on-one block.
24-23. Sadler serving. No. And it was an awkward spin strike by Sierra Razor, but it worked.
Washburn has yet to have an answer for Tampa's middles. If Tampa continues to pass well enough to run the middle, Washburn's going to have to find an answer.
24 all. Elias serving. Sadler with the setup. They go to the outside to Gordon. Now to the other side, to Berg. Oh, nice job by Rivera. Look out, here's Houghton. Oh, nicely done.
Again, I feel like she telegraphed this, but the Washburn defense is not stopped in balance. They can't push to that ball.
Good movement of the ball by the Spartans, and I thought for sure when it went to the other side to Gordon, that's been like money for them, but a great response.
Well, both of these teams know the opposing offense is so good, they're not going to get a lot of block stops. Right. What they're looking to do is they're looking to get tags or touches at the net and slow balls down to where they can run defensive transition offense. Tampa's doing the better job of that right now. You know, they are getting some slows. Their one-on-one block against the left side is working. They're defending well out of that. It's really Washburn who, you know, has not been able to get any touches against the middles, and that was one of Chris Herron's points. We've got to slow some balls at the net, and then we can transition kill out of that.
Chris Herron's team taking a timeout. And Spartans utilizing the entire time. I think we have a 70s, 80s parents crowd in because they've got the dance moves going, no question about it. Out of the timeout, all the fans on their feet. Elias will set to serve here as the music ceases here in set number 2. Roddinghouse setting up Berg. Right there, nice job coming out with it. Fitzgibbons. Go to McKeel. Good dig. Oh! Free ball McKeel again. Good recovery by Gordon. And here's Berg. And it's long. And the second set goes to the Spartans.
Berg actually was looking at double block that time, tried to attack it high, the right thing to do, she just missed.
And we will step aside. Tampa up 2-0 here with the national championship on the line. Welcome back to Tampa, Florida. We move now to set number 3. And for the Spartans, they are just one set away from a national championship. Deb, what did they do differently towards the latter stages of that second set to put them now in a position?
They've been doing the same thing all match long. They're just moving the ball around well. It's the most crisp their offense has looked in this tournament. All of their attackers are hitting and hitting effectively, which has not been the case.
And now one error in that second set as well. Flawless ball.
Washburn's not playing poorly.
No.
Tampa's just playing really well. Washburn's got to find a way to put just a little bit more pressure on that serve receive. If they can find a chink, a crack in that armor in the serve receive, that is one of the ways that you can get Tampa. You can take a lot of steam out of that offense, and then if they can start getting some slows at the net, we've already addressed that, but so far they haven't been able to effectively do that.
Well, and the one thing that you pointed out was that you felt that Washburn's been very steady throughout this tournament. Tampa, you felt, hadn't played their best volleyball yet.
No, and it'd been different people on different nights. If they
Right.
got all of them playing well on the same night, that's trouble.
McKeel with the little tip over. Sadler setting up Berg. They go right at the back row, and the answer by Rivera. Houghton, Sadler again. Here's Roddinghouse to set up Berg. Oh! McKeel. It was my bad. Just running out of area.
Yeah. I think that might be our first ball handling call of the match.
Yes. So Roddinghouse with a bullet across. McKeel goes to the back row, and it's in, and tied at 1.
That's her 11th kill. McKeel, I knew they were going to look to her a lot tonight, but they had to have other players step up as well. And I think the most impressive piece tonight has been that middle attack.
And actually that ties Jenna Berg. Both players with 11 to lead their respective teams. Tipped from the other side as Sydney Fitzgibbons had to come all the way across. Just trying to block that, and it did not work. Point to the Spartans. Houghton to serve. Nice job. Oh, it's just hung on the net. Free ball. Berg goes to the back and gets it in. Nice job by Jenna Berg. Here's Kelsey Gordon, number 14.
They started with a lot of Kelsey Gordon.
Yes, they did.
They need to get her
right.
going again.
McKeel going the other side. Talk about that great court awareness that she has, 3-2.
She's hit that shot 3 times. She does such a good job selling the big swing, and then it's late that she brings in the off speed. Very deceptive.
A little hang time there. Gotta find one of those 3D cameras to make that work. Maybe we'll put that on the wish list to Santa Claus. Here's Elias. And there's McKeel.
This is the most Tampa has been in system this entire tournament, and their offense is lethal when the passes are up on the net.
There's the replay of it once again. You see the look like they're going to Fossler, and the nice job in the setup.
That's a bad matchup, too.
That's a bad
McKeel
matchup.
against Berg.
That's a bad matchup. Gordon answers, and the rundown. And Kelsey Gordon with it. Gordon now with 9. And Jenna Berg goes back to serve for 3. For all, as some rhythm here for Washburn. Oh!
I got to tell you, Washburn has served tough this entire tournament.
Yes, they have.
And I think they're serving fairly tough tonight. Tampa's just managing it. You know, they really have been passing well in system most of the night. And when they're out of system, they're still pretty good.
Emily, no. Oh, and it just catches it in. Emily was a little bit tough on herself back in that second set. And that was a big boost right there. Sadler with the setup, Fitzgibbons. Look out from the outside. Here's Rivera with the setup. Luma. Gordon. Gordon.
Need to keep feeding her. They need to keep feeding her.
10th kill for Kelsey. 6-4, Tampa. Excuse me, check that, 6-5.
Coach Heron called Gordon the old wise man on the team. When she speaks, they listen.
Everyone shuts up and listens. She is very strong, and goal-oriented, and determined. And a double major on top of it. That point goes to Spartans, though.
He also talked about the fact that she's not a tipper. We're not going to see a lot of off speed out of her, and the team kind of follows along. Like she swings to kill.
7-5. With Coors back to serve. And it's out. Not too many long rallies tonight, and that was one area where against Gannon, I thought Tampa looked exhausted at points. It wasn't pretty, but the Spartans will take it.
Yeah. The fact that we haven't had the long rallies means they're putting balls away sooner, and that's why the offensive numbers are so good right now. Tampa hitting 360, holding Washburn to 208, but in this set, Washburn's hitting 364. Big offensive numbers tonight.
Rivera. Maxwell. And no question about it, it's in.
It's a great location. Tampa's in perimeter defense, and those deep corners are open. They've just had a hard time getting around the block to find those corners.
Here's Jalen Stevenson, business administration major. Luma. And he drops in. Strength at the net. That comes from those times, early morning weight room calls before the season starts. Practicing, by yourself, getting ready for the preseason and the season. As Elias serves, Spartans up 9-7. Oof. That down on the back line. Razor has been solid.
Razor and Fossler both have just put up above average numbers in the middle.
Too hard there by McKeel as she tries to cross it.
It's only her third attacking error. She only had one attack error in the entire match last night. Playing very efficiently right now. What you would expect out of a 6-year senior.
Tips, point, Spartans. Here's Razor, the graduate student, came over from Sanford University. Great shot from up top. And Kelsey Gordon.
You really get the sense that Sadler understands right now when Washburn needs a kill, they have to go to Kelsey Gordon.
So Jenna Berg back to serve. Ichabod's trailing by 1 now. Great job at the net, showing strength was Sydney Fitzgibbons. Kelsey Gordon was there as well. 11 all. Oof. And a break for the Spartans on that one. Good timing.
Really balanced offense here. Callie Kors with 7 kills, Sorrel Houghton with 7, Bossler with 8, McKeel with 14. They've just had a nice mixture of the middles and the pins.
Spartans up by 2.
And for Washburn right now, you keep feeding that hot hand. This is brilliant by Sadler because, you know, the other left sides and middles have been having more trouble scoring. The right side, Tampa really hasn't had an answer for it, so you keep feeding her.
Tough one to react to.
The problem for the Washburn offense versus the Tampa offense, Tampa's running a 6-2, so they always have 3 attackers on the net at all times. For the Ichabods, there are 3 rotations where they don't have Kelsey Gordon and they don't have any right side attack, the setters up front. So it takes a step down for their offense. They don't have as many threats. And we haven't seen Sadler dump, I think, one time in this match. We've seen him use the back row a little bit, but it's easier to double block in those rotations.
13-all. And a break for Tampa. Callie with aspirations to go to PA school, but a long way off in a young career. That's a lot of studying right there. No. Up to Loma, it's in.
Loma really struggled last night, but she's been everything they needed her to be tonight.
Spartans by 2. Right down the line. And that's out. That's all right. The way that Gordon has been striking that ball, you take that. And a timeout by the Ichabods. We will step aside as well with Tampa in command. Welcome back to Tampa, Florida, home of the Division II Women's Volleyball Championship. And while we have this second, we want to thank everyone that's helped us get on the air this week. It takes a team on our side, too. We've had some great camera guys and women who have spent countless hours getting things up and running. John Fritz, Bree Manley, you've done a great job with the crew. And we appreciate you. Makes everything that Deb and I do here at the table. You guys help us bring the sights and sounds of the game so much for everyone involved. And of course, our host Tampa has been outstanding once again. University of Tampa knows how to do it. So we're back to live action. Spartans up by 3. And Maxwell with the point out of the timeout.
We haven't called her name in a while.
No, we haven't.
And I think one of the things the Washburn has done is they've established they're going to use Kelsey Gordon so much, who's just now leaving the floor, that it kind of opens things up for Maxwell. But with Gordon off the floor, they're going to have to find a third threat.
Rivera with the setup to the outside. Back to that back row to Rottinghouse. Oof. Great play there by Rivera. Wow. And the put down, Allison Maxwell. You said it, back-to-back points now for Maxwell.
Well, and Sadler did a nice job of pushing this ball just past the block. The double block is there, but she kind of led her to be able to hit that shot towards the right back part of the floor.
No, sets up. Fossler, and the smile breaks from Taylor Fossler's face. She'll come out.
She is so well thought of by her team and coaching staff. You know, she worked so hard to come back from her ACL injury and two-year process, and I don't think anybody's more excited to see her playing well than her teammates and coaches.
Rivera goes short there. Maxwell ends up going long. She said it was tipped. Can't get the call.
Oh my!
A substitution?
No, they called out of rotation.
Oh wow!
That is really unusual for this late in the year. You know, sometimes you'll see a rotation error early in the season, but they just lined up wrong.
Alrighty, so it's 19-15 now. It actually came just exactly on the serve by Rivera. Maxwell, and a nice job at the net in a response by the Ichabods.
This is what Maxwell does well. She runs the middle of the floor, the quick sets in the middle, but she also can hit the high balls to the left and right side. Very diverse.
Jalen Stevenson serving. She's got 2 kills, 8 digs, and a block on the game as well. Houghton, Berg, they fake it to Maxwell, and the point to the Spartans.
These are tough 5-1 rotations for the Ichabods. They just don't have that third threat to keep Tampa from double blocking. And Tampa's right now, they're committing to certain attackers, and they're making good decisions about it in these rotations.
20-16 with Elias serving for Tampa. Here's Berg, 21. And a timeout taken. We will step aside as well. They're smelling a championship here in Tampa. Come on back after these messages. Welcome back to Tampa, Florida, home of the Tampa Spartans and the top seed and the host. And this place is rocking right now. A lot of alumni have come back. Coach Katnack was telling us this morning when we spoke with him how great it's been. And the players appreciate it too, just everybody checking in and trying to support and be a part of this very special weekend of volleyball and for the Tampa program.
Well, and this team is giving them something to be excited about tonight. They've played really well.
Berg. Keep it alive, free ball, it's got to get it. Look out, and the tip. (22-16). Spartans within 3 of a national championship. Can the Ichabods slow it down? And they do. And who is it but Allison Maxwell? So Faith Rottinghouse will step back now to serve. Go to the outside, McKeel. Good job by Rottinghouse. Come back over to Berg, and no chance at all for Rivera.
It took her a long time to find this deep quarter swing. She was trying to hit the sharp cross court, and Rivera just kept digging her. That's the shot right there, that deep corner.
Oh, tough one. 22-19, timeout taken by the Spartans. Little bit of 2 breaks.
That's what Washburn was hoping to do more of tonight, is create some opportunities with overpasses and breaking down in serve receive, and they just haven't been able to get right there. That's an opportunity created from the server.
Right.
And I think that was a big part of their game plan, was to serve tough enough to create those types of opportunities and maybe keep the ball away from the middles. And they just haven't been able to do it. I mean, Tampa's been incredibly good in serve receive. They've run a really diverse offense. They've been defending well. I mean, you can't find much about Tampa's game tonight that's off. Right. And as you mentioned earlier, we've talked about, we saw them on Thursday. They really looked a little rough. Credit Augusta.
Yeah.
They just came in here and gave them fits.
They did.
And then last night we saw bright spots, but then they would go away for a little while, and then they'd have to bring themselves back in. Got flat in the third set. I think tonight is, first point to this point, as sharp and crisp as I've seen them look all season.
So out of the timeout, consecutive points by the Ichabods. They go to J.J. Ramirez, the defensive specialist, in the back now. Faith Rottinghouse serving here. And a great effort, but the point to the Spartans. Houghton will serve, Ramirez will come out. Kors comes in. She's up front with Razor now and McKeel. Sadler sets it up for Berg. Goes right at Rivera. Doing it again. Faking the opposite way. And the point to Sydney Fitzgibbons.
Fitzgibbons has had some success. Maxwell's had some success over there on the right side, just like Gordon. They just haven't had enough opportunities to run the right side of the floor.
Kelsey Gordon has come back in, 14 in whites for the Ichabods. And put back down, nice job at the net. I believe it was Fitzgibbons that was there.
Washburn's fighting. They need a stop right here.
Sadler with a big breath before the serve. They go to McKeel, and a break. Match point. Sadler with the setup. Houghton. The big strike, and it's in! And the national championship goes to Tampa for the 4th time in their history.
I hope we get a replay of that. I've never seen Chris Katnack jump that high. What an incredible feeling for this group.
25-21, 26-24, 25-21.
They've just been so good all night. This is a tough out-of-system swing. And like I said, in system they've been good, and out of system they've been just as good. What a tremendous performance by this Spartan team.
Fourth national championship in his 38th season for Chris Katnack. And a total team effort. You had said that they had improved the Spartans, that is, from the beginning of this championship on Thursday to now.
You know, they talked about their defining moment being back way at the beginning of the season when they were down 2 at Eckerd and had to scratch and claw and fight their way back. And they've had their ups and downs through this season, and they've had their ups and downs in this tournament. But I tell you, they put it all together at just the right time.
Hats off to Washburn.
Oh,
A great season, a great year. They played tremendous this weekend. I know that after that first round of seeing everybody, you really liked what you saw with the Ichabod squad.
I thought Washburn might be the one, but I tell you, they walked into a buzzsaw tonight.
They did. They walked into a buzzsaw, and a little extra effort there, and great support by the other sports here at Tampa. Building was filled. They had that extra player for sure. The Ichabods, runners-up here in 2021. A great effort. Fabulous young ladies, those seniors, those super seniors are going to go on and do some great things in life, and they have learned so much this weekend in being here, no doubt about it. No doubt about it.
This is not how they saw it playing out, but I think when they have time to step back and reflect on their entire body of work in their careers, and especially in this season, I think they'll be able to feel good about it.
So Tampa, 25-21, 26-24, 25-21. Deb, it's been a tremendous week. It's been great working with you. What great volleyball we have seen.
Oh, it's unbelievable volleyball. I really, after being off for a year, we were treated to a pretty special weekend and a lot of special regionals as well. It's just been a tremendous tournament overall.
And the fourth national championship for the Tampa Spartans. They are the 2021 Division II Women's Volleyball champions. Congratulations to the Spartans. Congratulations on Washburn. Congratulations on all the D2 teams who were able to play a complete season. For our entire crew, my colleague Deb Henrik, I'm Leah Secondo saying so long and congratulations to the champions, Tampa Spartans from Tampa, Florida.
Ladies and gentlemen, women's volleyball national champions, please come forward to accept the national championship.